Well,
So
yeah,
hopefully, hopefully Hangouts is a little bit fair to me today. I hope my mic and sound levels are good enough.
it sounds good to me.
Okay, so yeah, it's frustrating because what we just got through talking about is just it. Oh God, it's so. Oh, I don't know how else to explain this, but um, so I got an image. I'll pull it up in just a second here, but it's just so frustrating to me because I just don't know why. Why would you? What would possess you to feel that that's what you need to do? Like, why would you misinform people this way? So I got a couple of screenshots here I'm gonna go through that are just oh, God. I don't even know how to explain this, but so this is all stemming from uh I guess your boy Super Metal Dave here. And not just saying anything particularly, bad or anything. Well, I am at this point because it's frustrating. So I guess I have to open these images one at a time, but either way, I can get it going. Let's see how to do this. I haven't really done it on this laptop yet. It's kind of new to me, but let's see. It doesn't want to show me the desktop. I am new here. So you see what I have on my desktop. We probably saw what was on it, but it's not showing. Let's see. Window showing the call, not that window. I guess I have to show. I don't want to show his stuff though. I want to show the images I have. But anyways, so I'll just describe them then. Because I can't really. It's not doing what I want to do right now. At least I don't think so. If I could, you know what? I'll just screen share. I'll show the desktop and just go to it. So if you look here, I got I got image one here. I'll close them all and we'll do preview. Just go through so you can see them all. Uh-oh. So this is the first one, right? And this is the supposed information that we have, the information that he's diligently been looking for, that anybody can look at if you go to careers.noa.com or whatever, or careers.nintendo.com. And so I want everybody, if you could just read this page. Can you see it, Jay?
Let me see. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so yeah, so clearly at the top should already set you off real quick. But his whole point is this little line right here where it says, in this position, the engineer will have an opportunity to work on a shipping product and make direct contributions in design, prototyping, and productization of new features. And then right there it says Switch Lite has no new features. So what is this for? How is this evidence?
Evidence of what? They're not even talking about nothing.
And then at the very top, what do we see up there? Intern.
Yeah, which that just irks me. But
Yes.
okay. I don't. Okay, how does the job description? Okay, all right.
Exactly. Exactly. And then this
That doesn't say anything.
no,
It
not
says
at all.
absolutely nothing.
No. And
That
and
that's
also
that is the definition of a reach.
and also if it was for hardware that's already been mass produced and supposedly finalized with regards to firmware, why are we looking to open the job in the summer of 2019?
Yeah, they would have been done that,
Yes, like a year or so
and that
ago.
wouldn't have been an internship.
Yep, it
That
would
would
have been
not
a
have been
full-time
an
job.
internship.
Because how can you leave Nintendo with that type of proprietary information?
No,
Trade secrets.
trade secrets. So many NDAs have to be signed. Yeah, dude, they not gonna. The intern ain't working on that.
It's bewildering, man. Just bewildering. So and for the most part, when they do hardware, everything's done in house with a private team. So if they have American people working on it, it's like literally a monitored team. Like they do conference calls every week to check on progress, and that's
Every week,
not
every 3 days,
yeah, if not every three
depending.
days. So I that's That's image number one. We can go down the line here. So image number two, he goes for the same job description, right? He goes down and says experience with parallel and asynchronous processing, right? So where he got this information from, Tegra X1 does not do async compute, is beyond me. But I know that, and I could pull up a link here. But not only is asynchronous computing a programming paradigm more so than can this computer do it, because all computers by default now can either be asynchronous or synchronous with regards to whatever processor they want to take on whatever information is given to them. Now, if you're talking about just the behavior of the CPU and the cores and how they work, they're not all synchronous. They work asynchronously. So you have the A53s doing tasks in the background while the A57s, because it has 8 cores, does the most of the heavy lifting. And when you go into portable mode, the A53s take over altogether for lower heat, lower clocks, that type of thing. Why this statement is even here, because I mean, generally speaking, in computer science, this statement just does not fit. So I don't know where he's coming from with that. What does this do credentials, man? But I don't. Would that be wrong for me to ask that question?
Not really, because if you're making because apparently he's making assumptions, and it's wrong assumptions.
And this is the one that pissed you off that we talked about earlier. A new switch console SoC chip type with new motherboard would need OS emulation. I don't even know. I don't know where to go with that. What is he? And I guess it's kind of, it may look a little fuzzy to you, but what he decided to circle here is most of the initial work will be focused on leveraging virtual driver standard in an architecture featuring a type 1 hypervisor. Does this dude not know that the Wii and the Wii U had hypervisors? Yeah. Your game session was virtualized. Did he not know that? Because everything was protected in a garden. That's why it was so hard for people to hack the system. They had to find other vectors to get in, like a glitch in the game or through a browser, because there was a walled garden around the game. They would not let you get to ELF. So I don't know what, and every system does it now. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One do it too. They're all running hypervisors now. Your game is not. It's natively running on the hardware, but it's not.
That was the whole point last gen of that, all the meetings they had together. That was the whole point of it.
And that's why you can pause, suspend, and do all that other kind of cool stuff. And Switch does it all the time because it constantly has to suspend the game. I have a game suspending right now. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. He decided to circle that as if that was weird. Basic OS concepts such as system calls, processes, and IPC. Okay, what about that is odd? OS virtualization concepts, including virtual driver model. Okay. The Switch uses a virtual driver model. I don't know where he's coming from with this. The Switch Lite uses it. The Wii uses it. The 3DS uses it. What the fuck is he on, man? But anyway, so I continue. We'll go back again. One of the other things he put on here, I guess, is an article from, this is Nikkei, combining with Wall Street Journal. Their quote from Wall Street Journal, the Takahashi guy, I can't pronounce his name, whatever. But this is the same guy that said those in the know about the 64 gig cards, cartridges or whatever being underway, or they were delayed or something to that effect. And he didn't have any answers for me at all. Like, I was like, dude, are they under NDA or something? And he did not reply at all. So
yeah, because that would be a breach.
Yeah,
that would be a hell of a breach, actually. Yep. So
yeah, those in the know, like, who is those in the know? When you cite Nikkei and Wall Street Journal, and all Nikkei is doing is going back to Wall Street Journal. They're all referencing the same correspondent over there in Japan. So if this dude, Takahashi, whoever it is or whatever, if he's talking to people in the know, He's not a source. Whoever he's talking to is a source. And so far, his track record is not clean at all.
To be honest, you have to take those with a grain of salt because, as we've seen in the past, they have had mistranslations.
That too, as well.
So you have to take that with a grain of salt. So you can't just say, "Oh, well, this is what this means." Not unless you know Japanese.
Yep, fluent, extremely fluent.
And you saw it or you read it. From you can't you have to take it with a grain of salt because how many times has the Wall Street Journal been wrong? When they had to come back and say it was mistranslated. That has happened before.
About video games all the time, just
yeah. So personally, I wouldn't go to the Wall Street Journal for that because the Wall Street Journal is a business report, but that's neither here nor there.
Yep. His next thing here. This is the breaking information that he's talking about. That's not going to be found anywhere else. He's got Samsung undercuts TSMC. All right, that's what he has on here. Right. So his thing is that all the information from inside the OS that they found showed that the new version of the Switch would be undergoing a 10 nanometer process. The new chip, and for all intents and purposes, it would be if they revised it. What he doesn't understand is the model numbers vary greatly, and what I mean by that is the Tegra, the model number is T210, right? The upgraded model supposedly that's rumored is T214. He's assuming that it's going to be an Xavier core or Tegra X2. Tegra X2 is not Xavier. Xavier is beyond Tegra X2, but he keeps confusing the two and mixing both of them together when he talks about it. Their model number is completely different. I think it's T168 or something to that effect. It's not even the same type of lithography. So why would they even name it the same? They name it the same because they're evolving what Nintendo already purchased. So just real quick, I the only thing that I was gonna look at another one on here, but it's pretty clear at this point that that's some misinformation. So I'll even look up that model number so we can get that right real quick because he completely flubbed that one. Let's see what I can find. I know I got it open. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't know, man. You got to get your boy, man. He tripping. I can't.
Dude, the only thing I can say is just play your games and have some fun. Jeez, man.
I can't even.
Games and have some freaking fun, man.
Dude, he killing me. He killing me, man. If you would just pull up the wiki, I mean, NVIDIA has a list as well. But if you just pull up pull up Google real quick. Tegra models, right? Just do a quick glance at Tegra models, and you can quickly see what we have here. And I'll show it to you as well. Let me screenshot that, guys, so y'all can all see what I'm looking at here. I don't know why that window is missing. I got a missing window. I guess. Oh, I know why. I know why now. Google Hangouts, please be more compatible with Mac OS. This is the whole reason I was having problems.
You know, good and well that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, they don't want.
Even though they are on cool terms.
Yeah. Now it's magically gonna show up because I've tricked it into being in the correct place. So, all right, if you just look here, you can see. I'm gonna scroll down and show you the model numbers here. We get to the listings. Let's go. We've passed 4, K1, and here's X1, right? So here you go. You go down to T210, which is pretty similar to what Switch ends up being. 4 gigs instead of 8, even though the developer unit has 8. and 32 to 64 gigs of flash storage, contrary to popular belief, but it's actually out there. If you want to, you can actually buy one. Somebody actually had one on sale on eBay not too long ago. All right, Tegra X2 Pascal, right? This is the thing he keeps talking about. 16 nanometers, right? Nintendo's taking this guy and making it 10 nanometers. So they're shrinking it down and doing their own custom conversion of this guy. And I believe, was this one 16 nanometers as well? I don't know. I don't remember which process this one was. This one was unless I'm misreading or something, I don't know which thing it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's 16 nanometers or not. I can't see the node process on here. I might be missing it. I might be missing it somewhere. I don't see it on there at all. But anyways, so 20 nanometer. That's what it was. 20 nanometer. So they're talking about 16, and then he's talking about jumping to 7, which is everything is down here talking about Xavier and everything. That's completely different. But if you notice, you look at Xavier is T194, even though he mentioned that in the video. And then when you go up here and you start talking about Tegra X2, that's T186. Completely different stepping because it's a completely different process. It's a different chip. It's going to be made differently. If it's T2 anything, that means it's been custom. It's custom, like it's different than the stock T210. So Nintendo's adding their own flavor to it because they're playing around with these clocks and figuring out what is more stable for them. And then they're using that for whatever they decide they want to do, whether it's going to be Switch Lite, Switch Pro, what have you. All right. But what is the purpose of them doing a Switch Pro? And the reason why I'm saying that there's going to be diminishing returns here, Nintendo doesn't want to leave this T210 for Switch because they paid so much money for it. They're not going to leave the T200 type modules because that's what they keep on pressing over and over again. TSMC was fucking shredding them shits out.
And on top of that, if we're being honest from a business perspective, you wouldn't do that anyway till you break even at least.
Exactly. And they were selling these not at a profit. I think they were selling them exactly at cost, if I'm not mistaken. That was one of the articles going around saying that it was exactly at cost. And they sold Wii U at a loss because they had to if you bought it with a game, it was sold at a slight profit.
Yeah, but if you just bought it, it was at a loss. Yeah, because that was like for 2 years, I think it was like that.
Yep. I mean that's still good because who the fuck buys a system and doesn't buy a game?
Yeah, that's kind of stupid, but yeah.
Yeah. But it kind of makes sense. Whereas those other systems, no matter how many games you bought, they were still in the hole. But no, that was his little thing there. I'm watching all of my YouTube hijinks in the background because Google Hangouts is horrible. Anyway, but yeah, so you saw the difference there. So the whole thing was he was talking about that, and he's talking about those models can't be the same, and that those firmware differences aren't going to be on there because it has different hardware, and if it has different hardware, then it's going to have a different OS. Do you want me to go with Google? Do you want me to go with Amazon? Do you want me to go with Apple? Which company do you want me to pick where you can find the same operating system across, I don't know, 10 different devices?
Oh, Apple.
Yeah, iOS.
I mean, yeah, how many? iOS is the easiest one because they got in trouble about that.
Yep, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
it's everywhere. It's on everything. And if you look in the source code for it, every model of every device they have, whether it's developer or public release or a customer product, it's listed in their SDK. Yep. Why? Because they have to put it in there for support for testing. Mm-hmm. So
that's pretty much how it works.
Yes, that's just development period. Why would you not do that? Why would you not prepare for future hardware in your OS? You have to do it. You got to set some seeds somewhere. It's got to run something.
Like the only reason I can think of why you would not do it would be if you're just testing a specific environment.
Yep.
That's the only reason why you would not do it. Other than that, and that's probably just to to keep things on the hush.
Yeah, I don't.
For the most part. And that's the business side kicking in. That's not even that's just the business side.
Yeah. It's been a minute, guys. Y'all in the chat, man. It's been a minute. I'm sorry, but yeah, we're gonna get it rocking. I just had to. That dude put out like a 28-minute video, basically damage controlling because people, they saw what I had posted. I retweeted old dude, Mike, whatever his name is. I retweeted him, because I'm like, look, I have been seeing all this too for months that they've been digging in here and looking and seeing these new model numbers being shown. When they first started, like a couple of homebrewers found it first, and of course they're talking about because they're on the scene or whatnot. So I keep my ears to the ground on all that. So when I heard about that, I was like, oh, okay, great. And then Digital Foundry started talking about it. I said, oh, okay, and y'all giving credence to people? Okay. I think that's kind of iffy because I don't know if Digital Foundry want to be messing around with people that are in the homebrew scene, but
yeah, because you don't want that if you're trying to be legit, you don't want that.
Yes, because their whole thing is they still want to use Eurogamer connections to be able to sell their testing product to press, to gaming press, and to game developers as well, to say, hey, look, this is what we found when we ran our little tools on your console game. This is how it's running right now. Could you send us some more some updated review codes so we can? Those are the deals that they want to sell. That's the reason they're even doing this quote unquote for free. It's for business, obviously.
Yeah, it's not for free.
No, it's not for free. They're just trying to put themselves out there. Yeah. But I mean, it's just bewildering to me because I'm like, bro, like, did you even take like one step logically before arriving to this conclusion? But instead, what we're doing is we're working backwards from the conclusion that there must be a Switch Pro. So let me go and try to add all this shit together. And so I watched the video twice, and I'm like, okay, so what is the evidence he has again? And it was those screenshots I just went through, and I'm like, none of that shit adds up.
Well, here's the thing. Yes, there's probably going to be some sort of Switch upgrade. You want to know how we know it's going to be probably some sort of Switch upgrade? 3DS.
Yeah,
that's how we know it's going to be a Switch upgrade.
But like the Mike dude said, it's going to be incremental. It's not going to be what you think it is.
No, perfect example. Xbox One S, incremental, right?
Yep.
Xbox One X from the S, incremental, right?
Basically, yeah.
That's where we're at now, dude. I done made my peace with it. So that's where we're at.
X is like the biggest upgrade that we have seen on hardware, period.
But that's from from OG Xbox One to X. Yes, that is. If you skip the S, yeah. But from S to that, you're like, okay, that's a leap, but it's not out of the realm of impossibility.
If you look at an S, it makes sense because a S is really just a bend Xbox One X. Yeah. So it's like, hey, some of these chips don't work on here. Some of these diodes don't work. Let's disable those.
Attest to that because you remember all the hell I caught with mine.
I'm pretty sure that's why I think that's why the S exists.
Yeah.
For that reason, they're like, look, the yields on these X's are not that good. We need something. Yeah. We got to make some money somewhere, and that's one way they can clear stock. So it makes all the sense in the world. So I don't understand why all of a sudden we feel the need that Nintendo is magically going to say, let's throw all our R&D behind Switch like that.
They've never done that.
Never. Never.
They've never. The one time they played the Power game, nobody bought it. It's called GameCube.
Yeah, GameCube.
They played the Power game.
And that was what, five years? That was 5 years, just like Wii U. And then and Wii was their longest generation. That was 7 years, 6 or 7 years. No, 6 because Wii U came out 2012.
Yeah, 12. It was 6.
So probably NES then, I think was their longest.
NES was their longest one.
So they're not their cycle is 4 to 6 years.
Yeah. It's usually 5.
Yep. So expect, 2024 at the latest, there will be 10th generation hardware, if not, earlier. But
and I think the other thing is people got to stop listening to these buzzwords, man. Stadia, Google came out with that damn Connect in February was the first one.
Yep.
All anybody heard was what? 8K. That's all they heard. And they've been, and everybody, that's all they like. People don't even talk about the games.
4,000 horizontal lines. That's a lot of fucking pixels, man. You're and first of all, the displays are not even widely available.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're widely available for purchase. Mm-hmm. They're not widely available for the average consumer to buy.
Yeah, because you're going to buy one. Go on. Tell me how much that's gonna cost.
We're good.
Your wife's gonna kill you.
we're good. Not buying one over here.
If we're being honest, that's what's gonna happen. Like, you ain't gonna be able to afford it. The average gamer who works and purchases this stuff, they're not gonna be able to afford that. Yeah, no. You can get a 4K TV now for $320. Now,
yeah, now,
but that's because they're trying to clear stock.
Yep.
Because wait till when to get here.
yeah, and I talked about that in my other video. That was so like the how can I say this? That was the curved TVs and the 3D TVs back then too. Mm-hmm. So they couldn't get to 4K yet, so they're trying to resell you 1080p. Like, please buy more TVs. Y'all buying these 1080p TVs and you're not buying shit else. Like, y'all bought our TV, 4 or 5 years ago. We need to sell you another one.
Let's up the color count.
Yep.
Samsung, they did it and had everybody believing it too.
Yep. They try to come up with something and they're like, well, we'll create our own version of HDR10. Like, okay, really? That's what you're gonna do?
Yeah. And it worked. From a TV perspective, it worked. Especially during, because when do most times TVs get bought? During bowl season.
Yep. Either Super Bowl or
March Madness.
March Madness, yep. Super Bowl, March Madness. Very, very rarely at Christmas time though. They try to do that at Christmas time. And they try to do it the first.
If you walk into Sam's Club or you walk into Costco and you see that 90-inch for
yeah, but it's kind of hard, because who buys TV? And this sounds extremely sexist because women buy everything else, but who buys TVs?
Mm-hmm.
And typically the guy knows. Even if they don't know what CES is, they know new TVs come out around February or March for that reason. So they're like, November, I'm gonna buy a TV for Christmas, like as a gift that I can't really package, and I'm gonna put it on my wall, and then in March it's gonna be brand new stuff. It makes this look old.
Or what's gonna happen is January comes around a couple weeks before Super Bowl,
and it'll be half price.
Start seeing a bunch of 70 inches go on sale.
Yep.
With a discounted home install thing. Yep. How many times have Best Buy ran that game?
Yeah, whatever they can get them out the store.
Yeah. So I mean, yes, because CES is usually around the end of January, beginning of February. Usually, they'll pimp whatever Vizio, LG, and Samsung comes out with. Because let's be honest, at this point, that's what happens. Or what's the Aquios?
Yeah. Sony Aqua, is it Sony Aqua?
I think it is.
Yeah, they have theirs and their
that's the one. That's the ridiculous one. The one the what is it? The 92-inch.
Yeah,
extremely. Yeah, that ridiculous mess. So, I mean, yeah. So that's what usually happens. But they do that because it's getting ready for them tournaments, and they know men, especially sports heads, gonna want the best clear picture for when they throw the party.
Exactly. So I really don't understand the need of or the why. I do understand. I know why. It's business. They need a buzzword to cling to. They got to be able to sell this product. So they're like, well, this console can do 8K now, and it's like,
or how did the fine print say in the second connect, like.
Yeah, it's like
at developer's discretion. Yeah, it was at developer's discretion.
For 4K gaming, you're gonna need, these are the requirements you're gonna, And that was,
and I think all of us laughed when it came up.
Yeah, because it's not. They're like, the average person should be able to do 720p gaming. Oh, now the truth comes out.
Yeah, now the truth comes out.
Now we get to I'm like, man, I can only imagine if this podcast right now skips in any way, shape, or form. This is the product that you're purchasing to play a game on.
Yeah.
And your game lives on, by the way. Like, you don't have a local copy.
And don't get me wrong, I like Google, but
yes,
I have been looking side-eyed at the Stadia ever since, because when we did the video game awards, we went in and out twice.
Yep.
Twice we went in and out. So I'm like, yeah, y'all got all these data centers, but once again, it comes down to bandwidth. There's a lot of other factors.
If I'm skipping, on, a couple of my ShadowCasts, I was skipping, and it wasn't that many people watching at the time when it first started, and I was skipping like crazy, and I'm like, nobody else is using the internet in my house right now, and I'm a good 20 minutes away from a Google data center. What is happening?
Yeah, you shouldn't have that problem.
Yeah, that's. And you're telling me I'm supposed to game that way? Nah, not even doing that. That's not even a go. Yeah, it's got to be like a completely segregated data center specifically for that, and is only accepting those clients. But knowing Google, that's not cheap. That's not efficient for them. They're going to use those servers for whatever the fuck they want to use them for.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they have like for their, because they did say they were going to have exclusive games. So I wouldn't be surprised like for their exclusives they do that. But you best believe Doom, Mortal Kombat, that's going to be on.
They're going to be sitting on the shelf with somebody else shit.
That's basically they're going to be sitting on your Google Cloud folder.
Yep, just sitting there.
That's where that's going to be sitting at. So.
Depending on how big the publisher is, they may reduce the CDN, so the connection speeds are slower and that type. It gets like really fucking dicey when you start talking about their ins and outs and how Google could pimp developers. I really think that's the shady part. And when I first started, when they first started talking about that, and I'm like, so you need a Xeon to be a developer? What the fuck? And I'm like, how much is that going to cost?
Yeah. That's
so you need a Blade server.
Well, when I saw Yves there from Ubisoft, I'm like, okay, they probably went into a partnership. Ubisoft, they probably went into partnerships, which is going to make things a little bit different. But I'm trying to figure out how them indie developers going to do.
Exactly. Because they're not going to be. It sounds like they're going to have to sign some type of contract to where they lease whatever.
Yeah.
To be, because they're not going to be able to afford to buy the actual hardware. They're not. So that's just, oh man, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, no Switch Pro. I didn't watch all of the video. I think I watched maybe about 15 minutes of the video. You and Vicky. It wasn't that long of a video. I think it was. What, maybe 20 minutes long?
Yeah, 20. Yeah, it was about 20 minutes long. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a good bit of that video, and I get the drift of most of us, anyways. That Lite is not really for us per se. Yeah. Switch fits exactly what the fuck I was on about. Like, I saw it with Wii U. When Wii U came out, I was like, oh shit, I don't need the TV. I can just do whatever. Or if I have the TV, I got two screens. And I still miss that with Switch,
and I think they know that. I think Nintendo knows that the people that because if you notice, the people that actually had the Switch and played it, you don't really hear a lot of complaints. There were some complaints, but it wasn't like what was coming from the gaming media from people who didn't play it.
No, it's going to be from people that played the fuck out of them, and then their Joy-Con, the Joy-Con drift happens. Yeah. But that's about it. Like, it's not going to be. I like, so now, just now, my kickstand is starting to get a little bit more flimsy now. Just now, but I hardly ever.
That's not a real kickstand. So
yeah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to fall off or whatever. But
so, because I actually have a stand, but see, I had the stand from the Kid Icarus game, Uprising.
Okay.
So if I wanted to use, I just use that.
Okay.
Because that's an actual kickstand. That's an actual stand, I should say. So
I don't use tabletop that often. And last time I did, I think it was with my son, Mario Party. Seriously, anyway. And then maybe a couple of days ago,
Mario Party games you have to use it with.
Yeah, and even when I try to use it, like a couple of days ago, I tried it. I was sitting was sitting at my desk and I just had it kind of sitting there. I don't really do it for too long because I'm not used to the screen. For me, for whatever reason, I'm not immersed if I'm looking that far away at a screen that small. So I hold it up. So I just put it back in mobile mode and just hold it this way more. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but I feel a little bit detached when I play that way, unless I have some other type of, like if it is like Mario Party or something, there's like constantly something going to engage me. But if I'm playing a 80-hour long RPG, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not doing Xenoblade like that.
Yeah, worst game to play in tabletop mode is Xenoblade for me.
Yeah, it's not. Game to play. And it's too much on screen to look at, and
especially when one of my favorites shows up, that big level 80 monkey that loves to like come from behind and smack you.
Yeah, you don't want that at all because you can't really see that coming in. But Street Fighter 5. I keep saying Street Fighter 5. That's hilarious.
On the collection.
Or Ultra Street Fighter 2. Ultra Street Fighter 2, when it first came out, I played that a lot in tabletop mode. And I actually played with the Joy-Con sideways, believe it or not. It was actually okay.
Well, the arcade classic games like Samurai Showdowns and Bad Dudes, so they play fine, and I've noticed that they play fine. But I think that's what that was kind of meant for.
Yeah, so you can play the old school kind of.
Yeah,
even though it's so small, but it doesn't feel that bad. In your hand,
you really don't.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like they intentionally. How do you have that kind of foresight to do something like that? And then they split the D-pad on the other side because they knew both would end up being. But anyway, I'm done kissing them on that one. But anyway, Sprite Women said, what if you can connect the Switch Lite as a controller to a regular Switch? Dot switched and the 2-screen experience come back again. Yeah, so I think JK or somebody on Twitter mentioned that before, and I was like, the only problem I have with that is Wii U was a very different beast because it was specifically built for that. There was 5 gigahertz going directly to the screen.
Yeah, at all times.
At all times, and it was actually sent to the screen as the first display. So what you see on the TV actually happens a couple of nanoseconds after what happens on the gamepad. So there's no lag because the lag is actually going to the TV and not the other way around.
I mean, because you saw it with games like Xenoblade Chronicles X, where you can set or Splinter Cell, where you can set the gamepad to the side and play with the Pro Controller.
Yep.
That way you can use the map, so you wouldn't have to switch screens or whatever. So I mean, that's where I saw it at. So I can see them trying to do that, but I don't know how well that will work.
Yeah, you will have to be able to what you have to do is train yourself for the lag, I think. Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna be like the PSP and the Vita were.
Yeah, and that's not what this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Especially coming from I'm playing on my TV and I just take it out of the dock and then all of a sudden it's instantly there or whatever. You go from Wii U to that and then all of a sudden you want to do 2 screens and you got to deal with delay. Yeah, I don't know. They would have to build like a special switch and then create a mode on Switch, which I don't think they have in that wireless radio, to be able to have that 2-way communication go. It would be cool, but they obviously didn't build it that way for that. But if they did have the Wii U radio in there, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, will they probably do that at some point? We never know because, look, if they can make stuff that looks like it's going to be 20 gigs a gig, I mean.
I mean, they could. I don't see why they couldn't because they probably have an additional bulk load of the wireless radios from Wii U. I'm pretty sure somewhere. I'm pretty sure Broadcom made a whole grip of money on Nintendo on that one because they probably ordered way more than they ended up selling.
Yeah.
So
we know that 12 mil. So yeah, we know that.
Yeah. So they probably yeah. Yeah, he want that to happen. I don't know how we gonna do this. Shout out to Insane Game Freak in the chat. Thank you for I guess I can consider this a raid. But yeah, because he made a interesting video. Did you watch his video?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Watch watch this video when you get a chance.
Okay.
Do you know what it's about?
No, what is this his latest one?
Yeah, it was. He did a video response to Mandy Lee Plays about the Switch Lite.
Okay, yeah, I have to watch it then.
It is largely entertaining, but no. So yeah, it's not disdain for Super Metal Dave. It's not hate or anything like that. It's just I can't watch this entire video and then accept it. I can't. I'll see these things and I'm like, you are so wrong on so many levels, and you're telling so many people this. This is bad. I feel I have to say something. So yeah, the misinformation is out there. So I guess the first thing I should state is what we mentioned earlier, is that the Switch model numbers are not going to change from what's inside the firmware currently. And what's inside the firmware currently suggests that they're just revisions of the original SoC that's there. So revised clock speeds, additional memory, or what have you. That's what's gonna be in there. But it is the same SoC. It has the exact same model and step number.
And
So
revisions happen all the time. So
yes,
that happen all the time with tech. So I mean, that's just if you in the field, you already know that. I mean, what, every 6 to 8 months,
yep.
major revisions happen. So, and it's getting
T
shorter every year.
T186 and T198 are the updates or the newer SoCs that are newer than Maxwell. So if you're looking for Parker or Xavier, those are completely different model numbers, and they're actually of a lower number than the T210 or the T214. So him even trying to connect those two things together, it's the wrong logic branch there. He's not even connecting the dots right. So and he's denying somebody that's been following this in the firmware for the longest time. And yeah, of course, I'm going to look at all his stuff with scrutiny too, because I don't trust any fucking body. So I sit there and I was reading everything that he was going through, and I'm looking at all the lists and all the names and everything that are on the readout, and I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, yeah, pretty much all this matches up. And I'm looking, I say, huh, if there is a Switch Pro, it doesn't look like it's going to be too much of an upgrade. That was the first thing I was thinking. I was like, it's going to be kind of like just they're going to make this smaller. It's going to have reduced heat, and they might be able to increase the clocks a little bit, add more memory, and that's about it. Sure enough, I went and I started looking at some other tweets and everything. He had actually written that as his as his summary, and I was like, oh, okay, great. So we're on the same page. All right. Because I was looking at it, I was like, this dude's gonna say it's the best thing ever, and I look at, he's like, no, he's saying what I see is what he said. So,
well, I mean, that's what I said before. I'm like, dude, we know there's gonna be another revision because 3DS.
yeah,
We know it's gonna be another revision.
yeah.
How many three? It was the regular 3DS, 2DS, new Nintendo 3DS, 3DS XL, 4.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm. If you just assume there's gonna be another, you'll be right.
Yep. And I think the only reason they overclocked that and did stuff like put Xenoblade on it was because they could. Yeah. But originally they were doing it because they wanted to develop a new one with the second analog stick, and B, they wanted to make sure the experience wasn't as bad with the 3D. They want to make sure that they could process the 3D better and be able to how can I say this? I'm trying to find a better word than ascertain, but basically guess where your face is going to be so the 3D lines up right. Yeah. So that was CPU doing that, and yeah, they needed more to make that work.
In the Xenoblade thing, I think that was just the test game they was doing just to make sure they could do it, and it worked. And they were like, okay, let's sell it.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Oh my God, we are really getting rated over here. We got Miss K in the chat over here. She said that's how Nintendo does their products and have been for years. Yep. She sounds like a long time Nintendo gamer to be able to say something like that. Sounds like she's been around the block a couple times.
I mean, if you've been gaming with Nintendo for any amount of time, more than 2 generations, you already know this.
Like you said, GameCube was their first real bet. I think Wii U was kind of a bet, but GameCube was there.
Here's the thing about the thing about GameCube was Iwata in 2005 at GDC straight up said, "Look, we don't need to do this because we hadn't tapped out the 6th gen yet."
Yep.
He said that. What did everybody do? They laughed at him.
Yep.
The Wii comes out.
Then they jump to the 540p generation, aka 7th generation.
Yeah. And now the Wii comes out and proves a massive success, so much so to the point where PS3 and 360 they look stupid because remember your boy at Microsoft laughed Wii off the stage?
Yeah, of course.
And then they brought out then at E3 they brought out Metroid Prime 3 Corruption and it played flawlessly.
Still does to this day to me. So I don't.
So that's why I was like, look, what Iwata said was actually on point, but people thought that he didn't know what he was talking about. Well, he did because he was an actual game designer before he became moved up.
And that was his whole thing. He said too many people think Wii U is weak. We gotta create great games so that people understand that our system isn't weak. Like he actually said that in a conference in response to people because they kept saying, like they kept hearing it in the press, and he got fucking frustrated. He's like, look, we didn't design this system to be like that. We designed this system to be the first HD console from Nintendo. We're going to give you great HD quality games, and they did.
But what did Riccitello say?
Yeah, of course.
8 months after he came on stage at E3 and loved it. I'm like, okay, y'all either A, full of crap, or B, lying because what y'all tried to make a deal and they said no. I'm going with B.
And that was a big risk too because they were gambling on being able to use IBM one more time.
Yeah.
They were gambling on backwards compatibility being that important to where they had to keep the same die on board, at least for the GX1. They had to keep that on die along with the Wii U GPU. So all that kind of stuff made Wii U really expensive. And had they not done that and they just created a brand new system, we could have had like a more powerful Wii U for probably even a cheaper price.
Yeah, but the problem was, well, you know, backward compatibility, that's not a real thing. PS5, that's not a real thing, you know. No real. Who said that no real gamers want backward compatibility?
It wasn't Mark Cerny. It was what was the other guy's name?
Was it House?
I think it was Andrew House.
Yeah,
I think it was. And he was like, "Buy new games." Like, okay, we'll see how that works. But Microsoft over here emulating everything under the sun. Like, we gotta get these games out.
Hey, y'all want Knights of the Old Republic, the first one, the good one?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
Please keep buying our Xboxes, please.
So and you know what? Just because we love y'all, Jade Empire.
Yep. Man.
And you know what? They got me because I damn sure bought it.
Yeah, good deal.
Mine crashed.
A good deal.
Yeah.
Man,
I bought it.
I got to dig through my boxes and see what all I have left. I dug through. I finally got my Dreamcast out. I think I posted that not too long ago. I got the Dreamcast and the OG Xbox out, but I don't have the Xbox games out yet. So I got to go dig through all of those and play and at least one of them just to get it out of my system. I played Dead or Alive 2 a couple of weeks ago. That was awesome.
I love Dead or Alive 2.
Oh, so good.
The memories.
Yes, lots of memories. Me and my wife love that game. We played. Yeah, I'm gonna play it pretty soon.
The Dreamcast was loud as hell, boy.
Man, hey, she's an animal with Helena, man. I've said this before. I don't. She doesn't know what she's doing. Like I think she says she doesn't know what she's doing.
She lying.
Only with her though. If you give her another character, she can't do anything. But she's beating people online with her.
Dude, Helena's mid-range, and high-low game is ridiculous.
Yes.
So you really only need to learn
ridiculous.
like 3 moves. If you learn 3 of moves and just 2 of her counters, you good.
She is she's really good with her. I've tried learning her. Like I sat down and I'm like, yep. And then learning her and intentionally trying to do stuff and then
don't work.
And then she just feels her. I don't know how. I can't.
The one thing I learned about Helena was the fact that like you do have to follow the flow of the match. Yeah. So if you got somebody that's overly aggressive, you're gonna eat them alive. You got somebody that's like, if you got somebody that's slow, you're gonna eat them alive.
Yep.
How I usually get around them is Ayane.
Yeah, and that's I play with her usually a lot, but she actually gives me a hard time with her too. And I'm like, it's because she knows when to rush down. Like she does this in no other game, Street Fighter frustrates her, but she doesn't.
There ain't nobody like that in Street Fighter, dude. So you ain't gonna be able to.
True.
Nah, Street Fighter is more it's more static. It's more stiff.
Yeah,
it's more stiff. Dead or Alive ain't stiff. Which reminds me, they need to bring Dimensions to Switch.
That would be cool.
They need to bring Dimensions to Switch. And why hasn't Tecmo gave me my Ninja Gaiden 4? That's I
don't know what they doing.
But yeah.
I think it's because your boy got in trouble, man. I think that's what it is, because he's the creator, so they can't.
He was off the chain. He was always like that. He was off chain. Give it to somebody else.
Yeah. I'm like, he's off the chain. Never mind. I was about to get political. I'll leave it alone. Yeah. Never mind.
But no, seriously though, I mean, I do kind of miss, because Razor's Edge was off the chain, man. Razor's Edge, damn, dude.
Razor's Edge was good. Really good.
So
they fixed Ninja Gaiden 3 for Wii U.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I played the original before Razor's Edge. I played the original. I hated it.
Poor soul.
Yeah. So when they did it for Wii U, I'm like, this is way better than.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's good. People throwing them flashbacks in the chat over there. They talking about Power Stone. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Power Stone 2 and Ready to Rumble.
Yes.
Ready to Rumble boxing.
Ready to Rumble. Oh my god.
Because Ready to Rumble had the best commercials. Ready to Rumble had the best commercials ever, dude.
They put Michael. He was in the commercials, wasn't he?
Yeah, Michael Buffer was in the commercials.
He was in the commercials. Yeah, that's cool.
Because the funny thing about it was when people found out you could play with Michael Jackson.
Oh my god!
That one shining glove.
That's hilarious. But they literally treated it like NBA Jam.
I mean, that's what those games they were not meant to be serious.
No, it's fun
simulations at all. That's why we had like NBA Street, NFL Street, NFL Street, and NBA Street was my jam.
Oh, man, NFL Street was good.
Yeah, so I mean, those games were not meant to be simulation. Then for some odd reason, EA decides they want to get rid of Tiburon. And
even though they
went out the door.
Yeah, and Tiburon's like, we can't do fun stuff no more. They're like, no, you just continue building the Frostbite engine. Like, what?
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
Like that was stupid. And yeah, I mean, look, if we're gonna be honest, I kind of know why they haven't Vicarious Visions pretty much flipped them off when they did NFL 2K5.
Yeah.
So not only we're gonna make a better game than you, we're gonna sell it for $19.
Yep.
Y'all bought the license, fine. Y'all gonna screw us over, fine. We're gonna screw y'all over before we get out of here though. And I'd be damned if they didn't do it. It was hilarious too. Because NFL 2K5 is still like probably my favorite NFL game.
Yeah, 2K5 was good. 2K5 was good. I'm still torn between I'm torn between NBA 2K1 for some reason. Yes, and Madden 2004. Like I can't Madden 2004 for GameCube.
Well, 2004 was good. I will give you that. 2004 was good. But I just love the 2K series. It had the smoother gameplay to me.
Yes,
it had the way smoother gameplay. Vicarious Visions just had smoother gameplay.
It had the realistic camera and everything. It looked like a football game.
And plus, I could get Barry Sanders in there and just wreck shop. So I put Barry Sanders on the Cleveland Browns, and we went to the Super Bowl that year.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like me and Marcus Allen back on the Tecmo Bowl days.
Yep. Bo Jackson.
Or Bo Jackson. Oh God, Bo Jackson ridiculous.
That was cheating.
Wasn't that was it Spire Remix talking about something y'all gonna make me dig out my NBA Jam Tournament Edition cartridge?
I got mine.
Oh God.
That's how I got George Clinton on it.
Yeah, I got the first one and I got a tournament edition one.
Yeah, the first one didn't have Jordan on it. Jordan got pissed.
Yep. It was just Pippen and
it was Pippen and
what was his name?
Grant? Horace Grant.
Yes, Grant.
It was Horace Grant. Yeah. It was Horace Grant.
They ain't want to pay Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan found out about it though. He was in the next one.
Shaq was in the arcade game, and then they took him out. They took him out on the Super Nintendo version, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they took him out, but he stayed in the Sega version.
Yeah,
Sega version he was in. It was because it was him and Penny. I forgot who was in the NES version, in the Super NES version. Because I know it was Penny, but
Penny was in it, but
was it Skiles in the?
I think so. It wasn't Shaq though.
No, it wasn't Shaq. It wasn't Shaq because like back then they didn't have the whole team. You only could get there's only 4 players per team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that championship edition boy.
Everybody.
Play with Bill Clinton and Al Gore.
Bill Clinton, Air Dog, and Bill Clinton on the same team. Raiding, blowing up the goal.
Yep. Man, that was good. See, that's the kind of stuff that I miss. Because look, no disrespect to the people that love simulation stuff. Hey, by all means, man, if you like simulation stuff, this is not me hating. Because I even like some simulation stuff, but I like more ridiculous stuff because I live in reality. I kind of like when I game. I kind of need it as my escape for a little bit, like an hour. So I need my ridiculous stuff. That's why I like Def Jam Vendetta and Fight for New York.
Oh my God!
So that's the only time I can take Scarface and just like really pummel.
I thought the first one was okay because I liked the reversals in it, but then those they actually ended up taking that engine and putting it in WWE Day of Reckoning. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I have a piece of it still going forward, but then they got rid of it after that. So now I'm feeling bad because people pulling my card over here. Dennis SK25 talking about MLB Slugfest. I've never played Slugfest. I've heard good things about it, and I haven't played it. I haven't played it, and I've played Triple Play for years. I've played MLB The Show. Obviously, like the old school stuff, like Bases Loaded on NES, the old school baseball. Kenny Griffin, obviously, because Nintendo franchise or whatever, and they own the Seattle Mariners, so whatever. It made all the sense. It made all the sense in the world. Yeah. So, also, Rare worked on it at one point, so they had all kind of stuff going on. Like it was just in their best interest to make that game.
I really wish Nintendo just would have damn bought Rare.
Yeah, because the Stampers probably would have still stayed.
Yeah, we would have been on Jet Force Gemini 5 by now.
Yeah, there would be all kind of stuff by now, all kind of new stuff too. They don't tell them. So it probably wouldn't have been Sea of Thieves, and definitely probably wouldn't have been that.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been that.
Yeah, it would have been something else weird and British probably, but
yeah. And Miyamoto would still be mad.
Yep. Sprite Remix talking about Windjammers, yes. But I have not played. I think Windjammers is out on Switch now. I haven't tried that yet.
I never played Windjammers. I have to give that a shot.
Yeah, that's there's some good stuff there. Get you some dislove.
Are they ever gonna because when they supposed to be remaking Cruising USA?
It's in arcade. They need to go ahead and just put it on the Nintendo hardware at some point. It's in arcade though. They have Cruising Blast. Yeah, because I thought they were supposed to be like remaking it and putting it on console though. I don't know, but the servers are still up. You can your high scores and everything they're still live. Mm-hmm. It's still live. My high scores are still on there. So and I played what, maybe 4 months ago. So yeah, it's still a thing. It's still up there. So Cruising Blast, I guess, is the latest one. It came out if it didn't come out last year, it came out in 2017 as an arcade machine. And I don't. They need to port that to something because it's not Midway anymore. It's another company that bought the rights from Midway, and they're doing the games now. Midway's name is still on it. As a trademark owner, but they don't make the games anymore. It's somebody else that's basically they're taking, just like when they did not Need for Speed, but what's the name of that game? Fast and the Furious. They took the cruising engine and then made Fast and the Furious. They're those people.
Oh, okay, all right. And I need another Gauntlet game, and I mean a real Gauntlet game. I don't mean that what was it, Seven Sorrows or whatever.
Nah, I want arcade Gauntlet.
Yeah, I want arcade Gauntlet. I can have a story mode to it. I just need arcade. I need an arcade mode too.
Did you play the arcade TMNT? Have you found one?
You know what? I found one last time I was in the A. I was at Top Golf. They had it in the bottom. They had it at Top Golf.
So there's a Bolero.
They had two.
There's a Bolero down here that had it, and they had it this time last year, and I just went a couple of weeks ago, and it wasn't there anymore, and I was so upset. But they still had Cruise and Blast in there. Yeah, TMNT, that was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
The one with April in the first level was April in that burning building. You had to get her out. Yeah,
it's just like the old school arcade game. They did a good job. I like that.
Yeah,
it was real good, and you had super moves and stuff you could do. And it was just difficult enough to where it could take you quarters.
Yeah, because you won't, especially that the Mauser stage. Yeah, that was cheating. Because you had to have a long range person, which means you had to have Donnie and Leo. They knew good and well I was playing with Mikey. They knew good and damn well I was playing with Mikey.
I play with Raph all the time, so I only played with Leo if I knew I was going to be playing by myself. And it wasn't the Mauser level that was the issue for me. It was right before you fought Crane before you got on the space level. So I needed because all those guys coming in and all the fake robot, the rock guys coming in. Yeah, I needed some reach to be able to get them. But man, they throwing all kind of games in here. They talking about Star Fox Adventure need another chance, and Jet Set Radio.
It was off the chain. I hate that people hated on that game. That game was fun. That game was not hard.
Dinosaur Planet. I the only thing that I hate about that is
they gimped on the space levels. I get it.
Well, no,
I get it.
I get what they were doing. The whole point was that they were injecting. They knew that they were injecting this franchise in this game, and they didn't want to completely take it over. So they're like, well, we'll put a mini game here so they don't forget that it's Star Fox.
Yeah, it's Star Fox. Yeah.
And then, but when you make that the end boss fight, though, that was frustrating.
That was kind of lame.
And then you make it to where Falco is the hero,
which really had me shooting a bird at the screen. But
yeah, like I thought the whole goal is we're supposed to hate him.
Well, we are.
And it's.
But wasn't that the whole point, to try to kind of redeem him a little bit?
I guess, but nah, man. No, he's an asshole to be an asshole, and he should be loved as an asshole. Not, hey, I saved you guys. No, you're good at what you do. You're not flying all the way over here because you heard about this mission to come save us.
Yeah. That part really didn't make no sense.
Like him by himself.
Yeah,
like I don't
with no crew or nothing.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that at all. That sounds like a Nintendo decision, but revisiting that, I guess it would be beautiful. I know that. Whoever decides to do it, it'll be pretty.
Yeah, it won't feel the same because it ain't rare though. So I'd have to make EAD do it, or one of the people in the garage.
Well, if you do,
just give it to Platinum.
Give it to Platinum, or give it to make it a joint venture between Platinum and Monolith.
Yeah. But I need Monolith to work on Xenoblade. I need them to work on fixing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 so I can get Cosmos.
Look, man, he did that for real, right? Grimpachi did that for real. Like, he booted the game up and got Cosmos straight up. And he was like, I don't know why people were saying this is so hard. I'm like, I hate you so much.
I got 200,000. I can't get the daggone. Okay.
Yep. He was trolling hard. I'm like, oh, my life. my life, man.
I'm just about to give up on it, man. But I'm just about to say the hell with. I'm not gonna get her, so just screw it and just go on about my business. Just try to finish up side quest.
Just about every trial I've completed.
Because she has a separate her own side quest.
Yes, that's the only one left I have. Like I can't complete Elma's because of her. I need her too.
Yeah, because
I need her and Telos, and I have Telos.
Light. She's light attribute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only one. Her and the new DLC ones are light now, but she was the only one in the original game.
And you have to have her because she has 2 of them at the end of the game, 2 side quests at the end of the game.
Yep,
you got to complete. And then one of them is the Elma one.
Yep. I think all my ShadowCast is going to end with Telos and Cosmos. Whoa.
I don't like playing with her though, man. Telos, she kind of slow.
Yeah, she's slow, but she's strong. You can stack her stuff up, man, and she don't have to do work because she done so much dark damage, and she instantly kills any mobs. So if you ever have to fight anybody that spawns anything, they're dead in one hit.
Yeah, I guess I just spend some time, dude. I just don't like playing with slow people.
Yeah, she's slow. She's definitely a slow mover, but
although I do love Poppy Buster.
Of course, of course, it's an extension of Poppy. So yeah, right. Why not?
Boy.
Yeah, I saw that Sprite Women say when they was at Combo Breaker, they had the 6-man X-Men cabinet. And I'm like, that is the truth. Like that is the stuff of legends.
With Magneto?
Yes, and it had all 6 X-Men. So you had Jubilee, Wolverine, Cyclops,
Nightcrawler,
Storm, and Nightcrawler, and there's one more I'm missing. Colossus.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so good.
Because Nightcrawler had like the best super on there because he took out the whole screen.
Yep.
He took out the entire
teleporting.
Yeah.
That dude was good, man. And then the first level, they made it kind of like Ninja Turtles because the first level you were fighting like in a building, and then the building started catching on fire because pyro was blowing shit up. So it's extremely similar to the Ninja Turtles arcade game, but
Johnny Turbo has that stuff where he does the arcade classics. He need to do that one.
Yeah,
and he need to do Turtles in Time. I know they did Turtles in Time a few years ago, but they lost the license, so they took it down.
Man, Turtles in Time is so good.
And the SNES version, not the Sega version, the SNES version.
The Hyperzone Heist is good too, but Turtles in Time, I would sit down and play that card. I still have the cartridge. I sit down, I would stick it in my actual Super Nintendo, and I'll run through it in 17 minutes. And I just do that and just play it again and again and again. It's just fun.
And, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse.
Yes. Oh God.
Did they actually let you play with Psylocke?
Of course.
Even though
way to fly.
Even though she had the worst, they put her in Genosha.
Yeah, that's man. But I can't. You can't complain. You just accept that the character is there. You move on. Like I just glad that I'm blessed in Marvel vs. Capcom. They put her in there. So
that's
I was like, yes, thank you, Lord.
And she has one of the nastiest combos too.
Yes.
Yeah, she has one of the nastier ones. Even though Gambit is still the man. But yes, combos on the game. Yeah, I'll give you that. You looking forward to Ultimate Alliance this weekend?
So here's the thing. So I did this podcast with Player Essence and all them and everything, and they bringing this up, and now that I'm thinking about it, man, this whole year is too stacked.
It is.
If I get this game, I'm first of all, I finally opened up Final Fantasy 12, so I'm playing that. If you hadn't noticed on Switch.
Oh yeah, I saw that because I need to finish 9.
Yeah, so I still have a sealed copy of it for PS2. This is how bad my problem is. Yeah, so I bought the collector's edition with the 10 case and whatnot. Yeah, I bought that, opened that and played it, but then I had another sealed copy that I never opened. Doesn't make any sense.
I didn't like 12 when it first came out. I didn't like it.
It was because of the grid.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it.
You got to work real hard to get them abilities up. So it's just one of those things, man. You got to get in, and once you get in there, of course, you can get overpowered, and you learn how to do your miss, which is your limit break / overdrive for that game, and then you can maximum. Once you learn how to do that, you really don't have to worry about leveling up because you could beat almost every boss just doing that. You just have to be really good at making sure it doesn't run out on you.
The only ones that I didn't play that I wanted to play were 9 and 10. I didn't get the collection for 10 because I don't want to play 10 too. I need to finish 9.
I don't care. I got my J-pop. I had to get that one too. So I'm J-popped out.
I finished 9, but my favorite one 8 because when people ask me which one my favorite, I'm like 8. Like, you don't like 7? Like, no, I don't.
I mean,
and there's one major reason why, because I would have played 7 and would have probably liked it if they had not won the Ocarina of Time. Do you remember that?
Well, yeah.
They won the Ocarina of Time, and I'm sitting here playing the first one, playing 7. I'm like, this shit sucks compared to it's horrible. Like, Cloud sucked as a hero, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't about him at all. Like, I didn't even understand the reason. Like, this could have been anybody.
Yeah, so I mean, he ain't even the coolest character on the game.
No,
the brother is.
He badass.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the hell, dude? So, but when the 8 came around, I liked Squall.
Mm-hmm.
Squall was my boy, so I like Squall. So I'm like, I actually liked 8 more than I liked 7. I understand why everybody loves 7 though. For real, all kidding aside, I do understand why everybody loves 7 because there's certain parts of that story that you just like, damn, bro, like the whole Sephiroth thing.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And people are still emulating that to this day. Case in point, Game of Thrones season 3.
Of course.
But I'm like, if they would have played Sephiroth's theme music when he did that,
it would have made all the sense in the world. Everybody would have got that reference.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what they should have played. They should have played Sephiroth's theme music when the night he just looked up and started smirking. I'm like, yep, Sephiroth would be proud.
It's probably me said, "Watch your back, man." He said you about to get crucified on the internet for talking about 7.
Ooh, I've been crucified before. I don't care. I don't care nothing about that. All kidding aside, there was jokes before people get mad.
Still, my favorite game is 5, actually. So I don't.
Well, to be honest, my favorite Final Fantasy villain is always gonna be Kefka.
Okay.
It's always gonna be Kefka because, like, look, I like Sephiroth. Sephiroth's cool, and he really is a G. But Kefka would have effed him up.
Yeah, Kefka was
25 Ways to Sunday.
Yeah, no joke.
Kefka makes the Joker scared. So, that's how messed up Kefka is. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, out of all the Final Fantasies, I think like 8 is my favorite.
8 is.
Yeah, I think 8 is my favorite. So.
I really like the way they redid 3 on the DS.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be ported somewhere else. Like, other people need to play that.
Play that one.
They made it harder in some places, and they made it more accessible in other places. So, like, some of the boss fights are extremely difficult for a reason to force you to go do other things, so you can explore the rest of the job system.
Mm-hmm.
And once you learn how to pimp that out, like, it can almost be like FF12. Like, it'll play itself. Like, you can have different jobs, do different things automatically, have your dragoons pop in and out whenever they need to. They can skip 1 or 2 turns or whatever, and then come back and you can. Yeah, that game can be pretty nice when you set it up. So
now there needs to be. Now I need to do a full disclosure. There's a reason why I never played Final Fantasy 9 until now. There's a little game called Grandia 2.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
that's the reason why I didn't play.
Grandia is the reason why a lot of us have a gap in the Final Fantasy franchise.
Yeah.
If I didn't play a Final Fantasy game when it first came out, it is due to Grandia, Tales, or Star Ocean.
Yeah. So with Grandia, because I finally saw some footage of the game from Gung Ho at E3. So they did bring it to E3. I don't know why they ain't put no date yet, assholes. But Grandia 2 is the HD remake. I don't need the first one. I just want the second one. So
Grandia 2 is real good. God, it's good.
Question: should they actually do a full-on like remaster of that, like in the same vein of how they did, like they're doing with Awakening and Final Fantasy 7 and stuff like that? Because some of the cutscenes was kind of.
Well, I don't know how some of that stuff will come across because some of those some of the stuff you go through in that game is extremely Japanese too. Like some of the humor, I don't know if you remake that. I don't know how well
that'll pull over.
Yeah, I don't know how that'll work because some of it is Japanese, but then it gets super serious and like every American can understand it towards the end. Like it gets like they start delving into some deep territory. Yeah,
that crazy ass Pope. And that crazy was his right hand lady, Celine.
Yep, man, there was some. Yeah, they was on some other shit.
Yeah, there was. That's what we in the black community like to say.
Yep, they was on some other shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm actually kind of glad some of these are coming back because, like I said, I done destroyed my discs because I played them too much. Like Grandia was one of them. Grandia 2 was one of them. Dead or Alive 2, I played that thing. You can see the ring, how much I'm in there.
Man, I had to copy that game like 2 or 3 times, and yeah, the die never lasts on the disc.
Yeah,
for playing Dead or Alive 2. I just make sure I keep my memory cards when I put it in there. I still have all my stuff.
Yeah, that was the thing because I'm like some of them games, especially on Dreamcast, I played them till them CDs was destroyed.
Yep. Yeah, because the GD-ROMs like they didn't take scratches well at all. They weren't good at all. I've had to copy a couple of games that I bought. Like I had to let me just dub this because I don't want to have to go find another mint copy and then I'll just keep this disc for whatever reason and just put it over here because I'm not going to try to go buy another one.
Yeah, and the problem with that was the fact that like every game, because of course Dreamcast was on the way out, so everybody was price gouging.
Yep.
Everybody was. It was to the point where you're like, okay, look, I'm in college. Don't make me do what I want to do.
I don't get it because then for Wii U and other systems or whatever, once they start going out the door, the year that they're going out the door, they're pushing those games out and selling them for super cheap.
And that's when you see the player select thing. Yeah, when they like $19.
For whatever reason, with Dreamcast period, it was like the system, you could buy the system for $25, but every game is $100 a piece. I'm like, what are you doing?
They don't try to get Skies of Arcadia. Oh, you want Skies of Arcadia? You better get it on GameCube.
Man.
Because we finna charge you $300.
I'm glad I bought that game. I'm glad I bought that one.
And I scratched both of them. So
wow. How you scratch both discs?
Well, the Dreamcast one was easy because it didn't take much for Dreamcast. Yeah. GameCube, what happened was I was moving, and apparently there was a rip in my case.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, so because I went to play it, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use the Skies Arcadia and start me up another game. I took the thing out. I'm like, what the? It was like a X's all over it. So I'm like, God dang it!
Yeah, if you scratch the top of the disc, that's it.
It was done. So.
Yeah. A quick little shout out. Memo, a note for you guys. If you guys have game discs or whatever, they're just like CDs. So the data is actually on the top of the disc where the label is. Right underneath that label is where all the data is, and the laser shoots through the glass and bounces off the reflection on the top layer where the label is. So all the data is in the middle in there. So you scratch the top, your disc is fucked.
So if your disc ever the inside of your case ever breaks and the little ridges that you have, if it scratches, you're screwed.
Yep.
You're screwed. That's what happened to me on my GameCube version of Skies of Arcadia. Luckily though, my Eternal Darkness was fine.
Yeah, buddy. Oh man, Eternal Dark. Ooh. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that because that gives me bad feelings.
So I take it you had one of the ones where you thought your memory card was getting erased and you tried to yank it out.
No. I'm just frustrated with the way that this entire franchise was treated from then on. Oh. Yeah, and then the whole point where I felt like Nintendo sent it to die. They didn't really advertise it. They promoted it a lot at events.
Yeah,
but they didn't advertise it at all right before it came out.
They still made money though.
Over time, yeah, but it didn't. Yeah. I think it sold 1 million copies. I think it did.
I want to say it did. I want to say it did, like right when the Wii came out.
Yeah, so
it's when it came out.
They literally like no commercials, no nothing. They're just like, hey, it's out. I mean, I just walked the software center one day and they're just like, yeah, we got it. I'm like, whoa, thanks. I didn't know.
That's one of my favorite survival horror games, dude.
Yep.
Because it actually works. It didn't have tank controls, but you still that sanity meter, boy.
Yeah, so with the success of that game, because everybody is shitting on Dennis Dyack.
I don't know why.
Do you think the mismanagement was there then, and that's why Nintendo had to have a more active role in it? Or do you think that game was good all along and just the stories are a little bit more than what we know about? But I do know at one point in time it was talked about that Nintendo had to talk to them a couple of times about the direction of the game. I just don't know how negative it was.
You got to remember back then, Nintendo did that with everybody though.
Yeah, of course they would. Like Retro was not doing good at all at one point.
Yeah, because remember, if they put that stamp on that game, that quality game, and it didn't pass their quality standard, they didn't care about your feelings.
No, no,
they didn't care about you because it was about their reputation. Because if they were putting it out as a second part or an exclusive to them, your game had to work. Period.
Yep.
And so I think it's a mix of both. But I think also that game, that was a first of its kind game at the time. You ain't had no game that was doing like full on Sandy, where it was actually making you think that your game was being corrupted, that your files was being erased. Because remember, when your memory card was in there, you was thinking your files were being erased off the memory card.
Yeah, of course. He was playing games with you.
Yeah, so it was stuff like that that never happened at the time. So I'm guessing they probably had some issues getting that stuff to work. And Wada was a nice guy. Yeah, Wada was a nice guy too. But I mean that's the thing. I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both on that end. But Dyke was like, shoot, he wanted, because remember he tried to bring it back.
Yeah, it's just.
And my thing is, if I'm Nintendo, and that's why I didn't get really mad when people got mad about the whole online situation, because I'm like, dude, you already gave us an NES Classic, you already gave us an SNES Classic, give us the freaking N64 Virtual Console, the GameCube, the one that everybody wants. You sold us the freaking GameCube controllers. It ain't like we ain't got them.
Yeah. But if they do that, then I mean, you can't sell these little adapters that go on the back of your N64 and your GameCube, man.
Yeah, who cares?
Eon need to make some money, man.
Yeah, who cares? Look, but that was my thing. I'm like, if they would have did that, I think that would have probably alleviated a lot. Well, the people that was complaining would have had to shut up.
Yeah,
because at that point you're like, dude, there ain't nothing you can complain about because they're giving you GameCube and Wii and 64 stuff that's not a classic. Because the games that they gave that's on there are the games that's on the classics. That's on the NES Classic. I'm like, you ain't even giving us nothing different from the NES Classic. So why? No, dude, no. So I think that probably would have worked out to their advantage if they would have did especially GameCube, because then you could have thrown on everybody's favorite Mario game. And
oh yeah, we talked about that in that podcast too. That was I don't. Apparently Mario 3D Land is not it. Apparently, he did not like Mario 3D Land. I was like, wow, why y'all clowning that man on Mario 3D Land like that? I like the game, but they were
the haterade was real. And you get a Star Fox, you can put on remember Extreme G, the bike racing game?
Of course, Extreme G3. I played that on the Cube a lot.
Yep.
And 2 was on the N64.
2 was on the 1 and 2 was on the N64.
1 and 2 were on the N64. I only remember 2. Because 2 you needed.
2 you got to go to Venom.
You go to Venom.
Yeah, remember? 2 they had a planet called Venom.
Wow.
That's where you got the Venom bike from.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That game was lovely. Plus, I need
to go back and play Extreme G2 then, I guess. I guess I need to go ahead and beat that game. That game was hard, by the way. All those games are hard.
If you complain about F-Zero being hard, play Extreme G2.
Yeah, Extreme G was hard.
Yeah. Now, 3 wasn't hard. 3, they kind of scaled back a little bit.
3
they're trying to make
it hard, around, I forget what course it was. Somewhere, I forget, I want to say probably about a good 4 or 5 tracks in, it starts getting a little bit troublesome to where you can't, you get bumped off the track a lot, CPU gets real dumb.
Was that the jungle? Was that the rainforest? I think that was the rainforest.
It might have been. It might have been. But then like and it seemed like you weren't getting your weapon drops and stuff as much. You weren't getting all your abilities.
Not in the rainforest, you weren't.
Yeah. So it was
the rainforest was kind of like based on kind of skill
of driving instead of combat.
Yeah. So like because I remember that one because that one was like it was a little bit of imagine if the Rainbow Road had jungle vibes in
it. Yeah, because Rainbow Road is you will drive on Rainbow Road except for on Wii because the track is so wide.
Yeah,
it's hilarious. And I'm getting called out, man. Sprite Williams, quit calling me out, man. You don't call me out for all the old Dreamcast games. Now he asked me because I had talked to him. He invited me to the Discord and everything. Asked me if I was playing Street Fighter Alpha 2. I haven't got back onto it yet, man. I have to. And then the only way for me to play it is on an emulator right now because I don't have a copy. I don't think I might have.
Didn't they re-release that one though?
I might have it on Dreamcast. I might have to look at my box.
They re-released that one though. They re-released that one on.
What is it on? What PS2? PS on the Wii U Street Fighter Alpha 2?
Yeah.
No, the Super Nintendo version though, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the arcade version is probably what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
CPS2, yeah.
Okay,
so bad. I had to and yeah, Street Fighter Alpha 2 specifically so you can play do the extended combos because he was showing me some of the combos he was doing. Custom combos. And now man, I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of figuring out how to play some of these games that I haven't played in forever. But that means I have to boot up Killer Instinct as well. And, yeah.
Can we
find me some victims?
Here's the problem. Here's the problem that I have with Killer Instinct on the Xbox, and that is the simple fact that they did not use the theme of all time.
Tusk. Yeah, they didn't. It's not even on the soundtrack at all. Like it's not
at all. And I thought
they got all the other ones.
I thought they was going to at least remix it or something like that. They didn't put that thing on there at all. Fake Chris Hemsworth sound them up. I'm sorry. But my thing is, dude, that theme was like, dude, that's the theme. Like they did remixes of everybody's themes except that one.
Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know
why they hope not let somebody get that one or something.
Like, did they not the same composer did all of them. So
that's what I thought.
And then there were the people that did the chants and everything. They're just called the lads. They're not even a group. So it's not like it's a copyright claim. Mm-mm. So you could sample all that stuff and throw it back up there.
I mean, I had to go to YouTube, find it, find the MP3, pull it off just so I could play it while I'm fighting on the. I should not have to do that.
That is the most epic theme song of battle music.
Yeah. I'm like, man, Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been happy, man.
Straight Conan.
Yeah, let's be honest, that's what he was.
That sounds like straight Conan. Everything about it, the background. I mean, the Stonehenge, him with that giant sword. That's
for no reason.
For no reason at all.
Not to just let's be honest. In the Xbox version, he's Thor.
Yeah.
He's Thor. He's Chris Hemsworth.
They make him look like Thor.
Yeah, they couldn't get him to use a hammer, so they had to give him a sword.
Yep.
If he would have had a hammer, you would have been like, really, dude?
Yeah. And then I think one of his alternate costumes, his sword looks more like an axe. Like on the end, it's kind of frayed out a little bit. So
they went to the ultimate Thor line of.
Yeah, they tripping. But so season 3 is weird to play because Rash and you're gonna come across somebody playing Rash and they're gonna troll. So you're gonna have to beat them, and they know real quick if you know how to beat them, because if you win one round, they'll either drop out and quit, or if they do beat you in a set and it was that close, they won't play you again. If they know they control you, they'll rematch ASAP. But
I personally like to use TJ combo.
yeah, TJ. So it's crazy because you have you have matchups in Killer Instinct, but you kind of don't. Like, you have to know exactly how to play with everybody to be able to be their anti. Because even if say if Orchid was a good anti mirror or what have you, right? You would still have to know how and why she is. Like you would have to know, you would have to play differently against this mirror than you would against anybody else playing as Orchid. If you get what I'm saying, like it's a completely different game for you. So versus in, I guess the only exception would probably be Spinal, because Spinal is Spinal to everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
they did.
not.
I don't even think they changed him up that much.
Yeah, and his game, like his mix-up game, is the same. Like there's no, you're going to be able to read a Spinal. You're going to be able to read. It's going to look crazy everything he's doing, but it's still kind of like the same stuff. You're going to be able to read a Spinal, but a Spinal has a lot of answers to everybody. It's just he's the only person I feel that doesn't really change at all. Whereas even the most vanilla character of the game, Jago, like he can play 4 or 5 different type of ways depending on how you want to play. He could be a rush down character. He could be extreme defense. He could just troll you all day, or he could be fireball heavy. Yeah. He's the Ryu of the game. So they just made him really aggressive too, if you want him to be. I don't know. It's just weird. But Desert Loner, hello. It has been a while. I do ShadowCast randomly, so I've done 2 this year already, so I guess that's good. 2 or 3. I think 3. I think this is the 3rd one.
Yeah, I think this is the 3rd one.
So yeah, we good up in here. We're talking a little bit of tech here and there, but it got me frustrated. So we started talking about actual games. So that's that's always a good thing, because that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So a lot of catching up on gaming I have to do. The gaming loft is almost complete. So once I install the Dreamcast and OG Xbox and GameCube, which I just finished setting up with the Eon adapter, everything will be fine up there. It'll be good to go, rocking and rolling and playing all kind of old school stuff. No emulation needed. That'll be the best thing ever. The good thing is you get to go and actually use the original controller and all that kind of stuff. That's the, and use stuff that I have purchased over the years. That, I don't know if I'm going to hook it up, but I got a 2600. It's just sitting. It's waiting too. It's in the same pile. Yeah, it works. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I have Combat. I have Miss Pac-Man. What else I have? Crystal Castles, obviously my favorite game on the Atari 2600. I got all kind of stuff. I have Adventure, Jungle Hunt, all kind of stuff for 2600. I got a little box of games. That was one of those days back in the day. I probably told this story before, but down here in Atlanta, we had a store called Zares, which was kind of like a Kmart on crack.
Yeah, I remember that.
And back when the whole video game crash and everything, they were literally selling Atari cartridges brand new for $1 a piece. I literally had a shirt full of games walking out of the store. So it was one of those. It was great to be a gamer with money in the mid 80s. It was great. So my dad took me up there. I'm like, yep, let me plunk down all this money and walk out. I had a $20 bill and a shirt full of games.
That's usually how it goes. Yeah. Because if you would have took that same $20 bill to an arcade, you just would have been broke.
Yeah, I would have been broke real quick. Especially with the people in my area. They ain't played on Mortal Kombat, boy. They get you out the sticks quick.
Mortal Kombat, remember Pit Fighter?
Street Fighter, Pit Fighters. Well, yeah. Pit Fighter back in the day, they get you out the sticks quick. Man, they like, man, I'm like, I'm just a little kid. They grown man up here like, grown man like, bro, get big.
Yeah, like dude, I'm 10. You 30. What the hell? That's why I stuck the Afterburner in the cockpit.
Yep. Yeah. Oh man, Afterburner is good too. Afterburner. And then they, like, Atari tried to do a take on that, and they did hard driving, and it was 3D, but it was slow. It was super
I
slow.
think I would play that one.
It felt like stunt race effects, but slower.
Oh, that sucks.
That's what it felt. Yeah, but you were in a cockpit. Everything you were in a car, and every movement you did was realistic, and it had the force feedback and everything. It was just super slow.
Huh.
So your feedback was real, but what you saw on the screen was kind of slow motion. But I mean, that was 3D graphics back then. So you're talking about the 90s.
Yeah, 3D in the 90s. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there was no real time 3D in the 90s.
None.
Yeah, it was ray traced ahead of time. Like it took days to film the render one frame. So
and if you're lucky, they rotoscoped it.
Yep.
If you're lucky.
If you lucky. So yeah, that's man. Yeah, technology has come a long way because you can approximate some ray tracing now. That's still the funniest thing to me. They still saying this is real ray tracing. I and it's funny when people try to argue me about it too. And I'm like, do you know what ray tracing means? And they're like, well, yeah, because you calculate this light and then it looks real good. And I'm like, yeah, but where do you calculate the light? Well, you don't need to calculate all. Yes, you do. That's how you know if it's a true ray cast and you know that's a true shadow. The entire scene has to be lit. and they're like, well, this implementation is just doing an approximate. Well, then it's not real ray tracing.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think Mr. T can probably tell you that too, because I think he might have dabbled in that too. I think at one point he might have done some 3D modeling at one point. I think, but I know he's done a lot for film, but I'm pretty sure he's familiar with it too. It's not cut and dry like that. You can't just take a shortcut and then sell it to a consumer and say that's what. No, that is not Toy Story. That is not what is happening. And no. And it still takes days to render the films that we see today for that same reason. So no, not it, Chief.
Yeah,
not it. Even though, I mean, it looks good. Thanks. I appreciate the approximated effort that NVIDIA and AMD are doing, but don't even try to tell me that's what you're really doing. Don't ever. Nah, I'm too smart for that. But anyway, yeah, man. Yeah, my only topic really was him and Switch Lite period. But we kind of already talked about where we at on that. It's really not for me. It's more for my son. So we have another excuse to play together. He has a Switch already, but if he has a friend come over or anything like that, or his older brother wants to play with us, because he does play with us from time to time, Smash Bros. And stuff like that, we don't even have to take up a TV at that point. You can, do whatever. We can play online against each other without even having to use the screen. So that's one of the cool things. So, or local, which would be even faster. So that's just one of the things that I think it would be good for, and I wouldn't have to spend another $300 for it. So, because he's not going to want to, he doesn't play Switch like that. He's older now, so now it's all about social stuff. So, and PS4 is a thing now. Like I watched him go. He said, 360 is a cool thing. All my friends are on it. Then the generation changed. PS4 is a cool thing. All my friends are on it. I'm like, okay. And it's funny because there are people that are in our circles that do that too, and I'm like, y'all grown, y'all doing this.
Yeah, like you can understand when you in like high school.
I understand my son going from middle school to high school and graduating high school.
That's understandable, but when you're an adult, come on, man.
Man. I'm 40 years old. A video game is a video game, man. Don't come to me and tell me, oh, that game is for baby. You don't lost your damn mind.
Yeah. And funny thing about it is there was a meme going around a few years ago where they showed like, look, this is what grown people are playing. They showed like Pokemon and freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! And then like the kids was playing like Call of Duty. Like, it's that backwards.
Yeah.
You saw what happened with Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was nothing. If we're gonna be completely honest, Pokemon Go was nothing but a pedometer to get people to walk.
Yeah, it's an experiment. Yeah,
and it was the ones doing it. They took it from their kids.
Yep.
Really?
One of my coworkers, she still playing more than her daughter does. See, she got it for her, but then she got stuck glued to it.
But if you want to get 10,000 steps a day. They was getting it quick.
Yep.
Because you weren't thinking about it. But that was the whole point. The whole purpose was to get kids outside because you kept saying they were staying inside. So all right, we'll do Pokemon Go. It's basically a pedometer.
And it worked.
And it worked.
And Nintendo is still trying to do that with the Pokewalker. They try to do that, and then they,
But the problem is the grown folks doing it.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Because we have no problem going outside.
Yeah, we had no problem doing that. It wasn't designed for you.
And the other day I was outside. My son was on his bike. I took his bike and just rode it up the hill. I'm just like, and my wife looked at me like, "You a big ass kid?" I'm like, "Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I took his bike. It's mine now."
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe get this 18 speed.
So yeah, man, it's just interesting seeing the industry continue to do what it continually does. I don't think it really is. It's more people than it is, people making games and whatnot. It's the people around it, and marketing will be marketing, and they're not dumb. They see what people are gravitating to, and they're just trying to do what they're supposed to do. That's their job. They're like, well, people are gravitating to this. Let's come up with these buzzwords. Here you go.
I mean, it's on the consumer to actually be smart enough not to fall for that.
Exactly. Santiago, yes, you late as hell. Okay. Exposed on the whole. It's a shadow cast, man. I don't give a shit, man. Yeah, so my biggest fear was a couple of years ago when I started this channel was that people were going to forget what it's about, and I'm still kind of afraid of that. Like I routinely have conversations with people in real life, and when I tell them, they discuss with me, I don't even know why there's a console preference, but they say, "Oh, I play this," and I'm like, "Oh, really? Oh, tell me why." He's like, "Oh, man, these graphics are great," and blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
if you start off with graphics, I already know where your heart at.
Wait, what? and I'm like, so what game are you talking about? And they were like, "Oh, wait, man, it's Uncharted is good." I'm like, okay. I said, so what about it is good? What are you talking about? And they're like, "Oh, well, this part was showing I was doing." I said, "Oh, okay, so what you doing? Were you doing a lot of shooting? And what were you doing?" Nah, it was just the cutscene. You like the cutscene? The cutscene was really good. Oh, okay. Did you play on the online mode? Nah, I ain't even getting on that. Wow. See, okay. So the mode where you actually go and play a game.
Yeah.
Where you go and play against a.
See, this is the game they got me to be like, okay, I understand where people hard at when I asked them a question.
Yeah.
Goddamn Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Wind Waker looks like
Zelda.
Yeah, it looks like a 5-year-old game, don't it? It looks like a game for a 5-year-old.
But man,
that game is dark quick.
You play it, and to this day, I think Nintendo did it one more time, and they did it in Skyward Sword, where the character reacts to everything around them.
Yep.
So Link walks up, light shines on his face, he's looking everywhere, everything that's moving, and it gives you visual cues on what to do. And Twilight Princess happened, and it's like, nope, I'm stone faced, bro. I'm walking in here. I don't know what's going on.
Well, we'll show you when he gets mad.
Yeah.
Because they did show when he got mad.
Yeah, and when he went crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy or turned into half Oni or whatever that was. That was really weird. The Twilight dream or whatever. That was real dumb.
Yeah.
But
Wind Waker, like that, and Wind Waker is the one game that made me understand like Ganon.
Yep.
Like you understand at that point, hold on, Ganon may not really be wrong, and the Hylians, they may be racist.
No, that game was sad because you found out you were the bad guy.
Yeah, basically. I mean, yeah, you was trying to save everybody, but he ain't exactly wrong.
Nope.
So that's when I was like, oh, so you're mad because it's a cell shaded game, but did you play the game?
Yeah. You
didn't play the game.
And you killed him. You assassinated him in the most violent way.
Yeah.
In the cartoon game.
In the sad, because when you do it, you're like, he ain't coming back from that.
No, it's done.
It's done. The sword. Spoiler alert for a 20-year-old game. The sword
straight through the dome.
and straight through his
Dome
head.
shots.
And he was
shots.
laughing as he turned the stone at the bottom of the ocean. So yeah, bro. Miss me with that. It's a nah, dude.
Yeah, that's. Is there anybody in the chat that has not played this game? Speak now, forever hold your peace. So I said bad ending like Streets of Rage 1. Streets of Rage 1 didn't have a bad ending because it led to Streets of Rage 2, which is the glory.
Which led to Streets of Rage 3, which is now leading to Streets of Rage 4, which still doesn't have a release date.
So there it goes bad again.
Yeah.
So anybody didn't play Wind Waker? I'm guessing everybody did at this point. Everybody's in this chat anyway.
Because that was the thing about the game. Because because there was stuff that Ganon did, like when he ripped the souls out of the sages but destroyed their body, so technically they wasn't dead. You're like, okay, asshole.
Yep. And everybody's soul is floating around in bubbles and shit.
Yeah, like damn, that's a dick move. I mean,
yep. Oh, we got one person in here said they didn't play the game. Yeah, NS Gamer with a Zelda logo on his icon said you have not played Wind Waker. Okay.
Hey man, the statute of limitations on spoilers have passed for that game.
Yeah. So, well, yep, Ganon's dead.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that was one of the games that it was like, okay, because me being the Zelda head that I am, I got asked like, why are you playing it? I'm like, dude, the game is actually dope. Have you played the story for it? Have you heard the story of this one? Like, it's actually dope. Like, man, that junk look like a kiddie game. Like, play the game.
Where does this develop from? That's what
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. And the one thing about it is, I think like now I do think because like before then, like Nintendo was always playing with the art styles for Zelda because they didn't know what they wanted to go with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's why I think like Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild, that was the perfect thing. Like it's cell shade, but cell shade.
It's a mix.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But that's what it needs to be because it is a fantasy game. It's not set in reality.
Skyward Sword looks like if you gave the Wind Waker treatment to Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
it's kind of what that looks like, and then Breath of the Wild is just something completely different.
Yeah, but it looks like
it's pastel kind of.
Yeah, but it looks like a mix of like Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, and Skyward Sword. It looks like a mix of that. But the way they made it look like a breathable world instead of like a flooded world.
Especially in Breath of the Wild, because Monolith did that. So yes, we have world.
Monolith. I got to give Monolith props, even though y'all don't get props on that damn DLC y'all did for Breath of the Wild. Then y'all gonna turn around and do Torna for freaking Xenoblade. I see what y'all did.
Hey, look, they got work to do. They gonna prioritize their own shit.
Yeah, but prioritize my favorite game first.
I don't even know how to say your name, Yin Yao. I'm just gonna say Yin Yao. He said he ain't played none of the 3D Zeldas. He said they didn't appeal to him. Not even Breath of the Wild.
Okay, I mean that's cool.
I mean, he said he's more 2D Zeldas. I mean, like we talked about this before, man. Link to the Past is fucking.
Link to the Past, even
that shit gruesome.
The one that came out a couple years ago, Link Between Worlds.
Mm-hmm. That's good shit.
That one was like, because when you find out about old girl, like, okay, did not see that coming. Did not see that coming. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, either one you like to go, and that's why I'm kind of glad they kept the 2D one going. I don't know how they're gonna do that because I think like when Aonuma came out and said that they were gonna try to do more, I think that's what he meant. I think people like misunderstood, like, oh, we're getting a Zelda every year. Nah, there's gonna probably be like a 2D Zelda and then a 2D mainline. You know, just keep it like that. That's fine to me.
I'm exposed now because Desert Loner put in there Minish Cap. I have started but not finished Minish Cap. I gotta pick up a Game Boy.
Well, full disclosure, I never played the original Link's Awakening. That's why I'm gonna play it on the 20th.
Okay, yeah, Link's Awakening is.
At the time I didn't have a Game Boy, so I never got a chance to play it.
Link's Awakening that's sad too.
Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons I played because my cousins had it, so I just played on their Game Boy. So
Okay.
I played those, but I never played Link's Awakening. That's why I'm psyched for this one. But I heard about how sad that one gets.
Yes.
I heard about how sad that, because I already know, once again, I don't care about spoilers if it's over 10 years. So because
I mean,
that's not their fault. That's mine.
I don't know what's in the remake, but I'm just saying just go through it, and it's probably gonna hit you even more because since you're a lot older now. It hit me when I was younger. I was like, wow, is we really doing this? Yeah. After we supposedly saved the world, okay.
Yeah. So I think that's the other reason why I actually like the Zelda game. That's why that's my favorite series. That's why like most times people like, oh, you just Nintendo. I'm like, no, Nintendo just has my favorite game series. They have Metroid and Zelda. As long as they have those, that's where I'm gonna be at.
Yeah, and you can't. I just don't know how you cannot. I just feel like you need to have like. There are games you have to at least say you tried, because they are staples of their genre. Like Tomb Raider. Like if you've not played a Tomb Raider, like go play one. Like it could be the old school one, it could be any of the new ones. Just go play one.
The new ones are actually pretty dope.
Yes,
pretty dope.
The new ones, that entire trilogy is great.
Even though I don't like how she treated old dude at the first beginning on that mountain, but
oh well, hey, I mean, that ultimate friend zone action.
Why I had to be a brother. But anyway, look, this ain't the '90s no more, man. You ain't got to kill the brother first to make sure your game.
You got to go because she had experienced some type of trauma, so she has to grow as a character so she can become the Samus of her her franchise,
or she had to just bite the opening the cliffhanger.
Yes. And she doesn't, it's so crazy. She still, like, after 3 games, they still haven't gotten to Tomb Raider. Like, she still hasn't said, this is my house, these are my guns, I'm about to go do some shit. Like, she's not that person yet. Still.
Let's see.
Even after 3 games. So you can see it happening, though. They leave little breadcrumbs to show you that this is going to be her and this is why. Like, so it's pretty cool how they did it in the new games. But yeah, old school Tomb Raider, man, play fucking Punch Out, play a Madden game, at least one of the older ones since they were EA actually cared then.
What is it, 2000 one that Luda was on?
Yep.
2000,
2001. Then in 2004, because it's a whole bunch of AT-aliens on that one.
Yeah.
A lot of like EA Tracks they were doing a real good job during that time. And for that reason, the Def Jam games, just any wrestling game, really, like
but
like Fire Pro,
it has to be WrestleMania 2000
and WrestleMania 2000 for college dorm reasons.
Yeah, college dorm reasons.
Let's see. Should we say GoldenEye 007 or Perfect Dark?
I always went with Perfect Dark. I didn't like GoldenEye. I was one of the few people in my college that did not like GoldenEye. I was a Perfect Dark head. I'm like, nah, Perfect Dark better. I have a laptop gun. You will die.
It is better. It's better in every way. It's just it didn't have the franchise. So
yeah. So I load up a laptop gun. I throw it on the ceiling and just watch you destroy yourself.
So and it's gonna be weird for people that are like people that follow me on my channel that are significantly younger than me. It's probably going to be odd going from dual sticks to going to an N64 controller, but if you
perfect for it.
Yes, it's perfect for it. You just have to understand the limitations of the time. Like you can't look and run. You have to pause and do it. There's a modifier button for you to do that. So you hold, I believe it was the R button or it was one of those, but I think you hold the R button down and then you're able to move the analog stick or Z, one of them. It depends. It depends on whatever your controller configuration was. I used the trigger button to shoot. So
yeah, I used trigger to shoot. I think it was like I think it was either R or L. And because you could strafe with the actual D-pad. Yep. If you needed to strafe for quick strafing. But yeah, I mean, and look, if you have an Xbox and you don't want to get Rare Replay, you don't have to, but you can get that Perfect Dark. The first one, don't get Zero. Please
Yeah.
don't get zero.
Just get Perfect Dark. So I got
Dark.
Perfect Dark 0 because I wanted to look at parallax mapping.
Well,
it looked pretty good.
Perfect Dark 0 has its moments, but that story is garbage. So yeah, just get Perfect Dark. That's the better told story and the better game.
Also, I'm gonna recommend this. It was a launch game, but Cameo Elements of Power. I really think that game should have got a sequel. It was actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, they would have if they was on Nintendo. But yeah,
yeah. I mean, it was a launch game for the 360. I think it sold pretty well.
By that time, they put them on where they put them on Avatar Duty.
Yeah. And then they were doing the Connect, not the Connect, but the Avatar, creating the avatars, and then did Connect Sports. Yeah. So Rare was they were. And I think that was right when the Stampers were leaving as well.
Yeah, at that point, they were just like, the hell with this.
Yeah, they weren't even consulting anymore.
Yeah. And the fun thing about it was 2007, they did that article.
Yep.
Where they said they should have never took the money.
Yep.
Like, yeah, you shouldn't have.
Oh, I got one Cameo fan in the house. That's what I'm talking about. That was pretty good, man. I like when it was just a GameCube game. I just like what they were trying to do. So I was down for that. So
I would say this: since Microsoft want to be all chummy, do you think they should release Rare Replay on Switch?
I think it would not be in their best interest to do that.
Why? Money is money. You still don't get the money.
Well, they're not caring, but they've already run out of a lot of excuses for you to purchase any Microsoft hardware at this point.
Well, I mean, they bought like 80 studios.
yeah, but that's not. Let's get it real. We're talking second, third year of whatever the successor to the Xbox One is. Yeah. That's when we'll see those games. So they need something now to tell people, even though that's already released and everything. I don't know. It just seemed to me like they're trying to give everything away, but I don't think they would give away Rare Replay.
I don't think they're trying to give everything away, but the surprise to me with that Banjo-Kazooie for Smash, that was the surprise, because I'm sitting there like, okay, I understand y'all chummy, but why would you do that?
I think that was coming specifically because, and we kind of saw it already, because remember in December, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo all stood on the same stage together
for the
whole Game Awards thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't talk. They have to do whatever they have to do for whatever legacy, copyright issues or whatever. Because all the stuff that Rare owns, there's still Nintendo copyright stuff they had to do. Like, they had to delete an entire fucking video out of the intro for Killer Instinct, because the intro had a Nintendo logo in it. They had to take that out.
Yeah, but it's still on the Perfect Dark one though.
It is on the original the Rare Replay intro. The Nintendo thing is there. It's not there on the Killer Instinct remakes. They took that shit out.
Oh, they took it out? Okay. Because I know I know on Perfect Dark, and it's on another. Was it on Jet Force? I think it's on Jet Force Gemini. It's still there.
It might be on Jet Force Gemini, and that's all in the N64 code and stuff. So that's probably a little bit harder. But for Killer Instinct, they were just movie files, so they just edited them and put them back in there, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but they were very specific about that. They took all that shit out, which is interesting. But
that's why I find it funny, because especially with them being so chummy, I'm sitting there like, okay, y'all done gave Minecraft to everybody, y'all giving Banjo-Kazooie. I'm like, so are you gonna
Minecraft? I understand though, because that is like literally money. Like, why do you not sell that everywhere? So
but especially with the history of Rare, I'm like, I think all those games, except for like 2 of them, have been on a Nintendo system. That was Cameo and Perfect Dark 0.
We would know Xbox is headed for cloud the moment that Master Chief shows up on Nintendo hardware.
Which, if if certain people were correct, that's who we was gonna see on Smash. Remember that everybody with their sources saying that was gonna happen.
Yeah, so like, Master Chief is gonna be there.
I'm like, no, he ain't.
Master Chief in Smash doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. I'm like, yes, he has a gun, and yes, Joker has a gun, and so does Bayonetta, but he ain't showing up in Smash.
No, it's not.
It's a better chance of him showing up in Metroid.
Yeah, he's better off in Metroid. Yeah, I don't see, and he's like in Dead or Alive. They wouldn't even put him in Killer Instinct.
Yeah, that's why they put the Arbiter in.
They put Arbiter in there instead. Yeah, Arbiter looks great in that game.
Yeah. But, plus, his trailer was dope.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't got to talk about Killer Instinct again. So that must mean it's time for the end of the podcast, man. Yeah. Yeah. For the few people that came out from the beginning, I appreciate y'all. Continue to support the stream. This is just a hangout right now because I got a different setup, as you can see in my glorious little conference room area here. But once I get back to everything back in my office, then I'll do my regular streams again and get stuff together. Hopefully I can talk with some individuals to get me the setup stuff right, because apparently I had a chat donate. Somebody tried to donate to the stream and they weren't able to. So I'm gonna investigate that and go from there. So if you guys want to donate, you can. And yeah, that's fine, well and good. But I appreciate everybody coming out. Had a couple people come and raid my damn chat. I appreciate that. That's good stuff. Yeah, as always, do you play games to have fun or to impress other people? And on that note, before I start cursing, Jay, what you got this week coming up other than the podcast?
The only thing I got is Marvel Ultimate Alliance Black Order on either Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
One of the two. It's either going to be a live stream on Friday or just a straight up arcade playthrough on Saturday. It just depends. Okay. I got Lion King Friday, so go figure.
All right, I'm trying to be less random with ShadowCast, so we may have some probably in the coming week, maybe in the next couple of days. Who knows? I might do another one depending on what's going on and this whole developing situation regarding the Switch Pro that exists apparently.
Sources.
Well, yeah, I mean it does exist. It's a developer tool right now. It's been around since 2016.
Look, if it does exist, it's an experiment. I'll put it to you like Ed Boon said the other week when people was claiming that they knew people that worked on. He was like, "Look, if it was out, how come ain't nobody worked on it yet?"
Yeah, yeah, and nobody has any comments or
no developer. No PS5 or Scarlet or whatever. Nobody's worked on it because let's be honest, Mortal Kombat 11 is probably going to be a launch title for both of those.
Yep.
If we're going to be completely honest,
because they're gonna why not? They're not gonna make a brand new game. They just how long it took for them to make MK11.
Yeah.
So, nah.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do that.
Nah. So yeah, they understand that.
Yeah,
so
it makes all the sense in the world for them.
If he's saying that, I tend to believe a developer over sources.
Yeah. Sources.
Yeah.
Like I said, man. Hey guys, man. Y'all might want to check who y'all follow, man. Y'all might want to check who y'all follow. But anyway, we out this piece, man. Y'all have a good one. We out.
See you.